Hashtag Tory election fraud. Fantastic news from yesterday. Went like a dream. An absolute Twitter storm. People are not letting these people in the Tory government get away with buying an election. Chucky Mark was on about it on his video a while ago, and it just inspired me possibly to say a few things. Isn't it amazing that when threatened in Thanet with the inquiry, the court has held all the hearings and everything in secret? That's interesting. An investigation into the abuse of our democracy, an investigation into election fraud, which should concern every single member of this country, is being held behind closed doors. Do you ever wonder why? Do you wonder who's possibly going to bribe who, and who from the old boy network knows somebody else from the old boy network? And is it a case that the judge probably went to the same school, the same public school, the same boarding school as the people who are investigated? And if that is the case, well, could it just be a shake of the Freemason's hand, a bearing or a touching of the breast, and perhaps everything will just go away? They're hoping it will. They'll do anything to get out of this and to avoid losing their majority, which was fraudulently won. Let's be quite clear about this, because this seems to be the point on which they argue things. They claim the battle buses and everything were national expenses sent out to the national campaign. But when you actually look at this more carefully, you find letters to individual voters asking them to come on board this battle bus and fight and work in an individual constituency, and that constituency is mentioned by name, such as Thanet. Clearly local spending, clearly declared as national spending. Here's another one just to remember as well. There's some woman MBE, goodness knows what, yeah? But instead of having all of the receipts for the hotels, like some cases Holiday Inn, but in most cases I think Travel Lodge, sent to the local party address, they have them sent to Mrs. Such and Such's OBE address. Don't you just think there's something a little bit dodgy there, yeah? Just a little bit strange. Because if they were trying to be honest about this as a local expense, wouldn't the receipts have been sent there? It's all corrupt. It's all about using money to buy the result they want. And let me possibly explain why. I think politics itself has slipped over into this area of almost consumerism, consumerist politics. Like, you could market soap powder, you can market a Tory politician, you can market a Labour politician. I'm not totally sure you could market a UKIP or a BNP politician because, well, they're so toxic. Not that Tories aren't toxic. I'm not sure any marketing could sell them. But perhaps people have allowed politics to become monetised. to allow the election to become monetised. And we don't now think we are acting as citizens, but perhaps we see ourselves acting as consumers. And that consumer logic, for Tories in particular, we can buy what we want when we want it because our money gives us power. Maybe that makes us less likely to investigate what is a fraud within the democratic process. A breaking of election rules. Actually, let's put it more specifically. A breaking of election law. If convicted, these people have committed criminal offences. Let's hope they are convicted. But don't, I request of you again, don't just let this issue die. Keep it top of the agenda. Thanks for listening.